Hello, English language learners. This is Alan, your English coach, back again with another episode of Pronunciation Practice, a series of short videos for English learners who are trying to improve their pronunciation. And we should have a tiny party today because this is the last episode of our mini-series on the sound schwa. This is number 9 on just that sound alone, but it is a very important sound because it is arguably the most common sound used in English. So it's important to know when to use it and when not to use it. So there's one last thing that I would like to say about schwa in the mini-series. It's bound to come up again in the future outside of the mini-series in other episodes of pronunciation practice. But this will sort of close up a basic, general, but pretty broad understanding of the schwa sound. And that is for two simple but very important words in English, and the. Of course, is the indefinite article, which is what we use when we're talking about a single thing, but not a particular thing. So we could say a book. I am reading a book. It could be one of any of billions of books, right? Because it's the indefinite article. And of course, the letter A, when we pronounce it in that word sounds exactly like our schwa, right? And that's because usually in a sentence, words, smallish words like are not emphasized. Remember, it all comes down to emphasis with schwa. Vowels that are not emphasized are very, very often pronounced like schwa. And since is almost never emphasized in a sentence, that is why it sounds like a schwa. And it's the same with the, which is the definite article, which is when we're reading a specific book. I'm reading the book that our teacher has assigned. The E, also sounds like a schwa. Now, I've just said that as if it's always true, and most of the time it is. But for both of those words, there are exceptions, and that's what's important about this video. So, as I said, it all comes down to emphasis, but there are times when we're speaking to people that we want to emphasize the article, whether it's the definite article the or the indefinite article a. Let me give you an example. Your child, whom you know very well, of course, asks you for a cookie. And you know that your child is not going to have just one cookie unless you make it clear. So you can say, yes, darling, you can have a cookie. That way, your child knows that you mean one cookie, no more. See, because now we're emphasizing. So the takes on the normal sound of a, one of the normal sounds of a. And the same is true with the word the. Sometimes we want to emphasize the and make it into the. For example, you're talking to a coworker. Is that a new director of our project? No, she is the new director of our project. Okay, she is the boss now. She's the new boss, right? So we're emphasizing that she is the one. One final exception for the, when we would want to pronounce the E like E rather than like schwa, is when the appears before a word that starts with a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U. And it could be a noun, or it could be an adjective, or it could be an adverb. It doesn't matter. As long as the word itself immediately after the starts with a vowel, we'll want to say the, just to help it be clearer in understanding, to be able to pronounce it more easily and to understand it more easily. So for example, the book, but the apple, okay? The taco, but the oven, right? Or the easy book, right? Because easy is the word that comes right after the. So we want to make our E sound like an E, the easy book. And you'll notice there's a very, very slight pause between the two E's, the E in the end of the and the E at the beginning of easy, the easy book. Well, I hope you found that this mini-series on pronunciation of all things, of the schwa sound, was helpful for you. I am going to continue, of course, producing pronunciation practice, but now we get to look at some other sounds. Please leave a message in our comments below if you have any questions or suggestions or ideas for future episodes. I'm always happy to entertain those. Meanwhile, I hope that you have a tremendous week. Bye-bye.